it's on the verge of greatness. It just hasn't got there yet.
Sounds a lot like me. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, November the 21st. Hey, it sounds like junk fishing galore here on the Coosa River. Guntersville may be picking up just a little bit. We'll tune in with our guys. We'll figure out what's going on and help you catch a few more fish this morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, November 21st, presented by Mercury. We're going to head on down to below the dam here at Neely Henry. We're going to go down to Logan Martin. We're going to talk to Josh Herren. Josh, tell us what's going on down there at Logan Martin these days.
Man, water's cooling off. Fish are really starting to bite good. Largemouth are actually finally starting to show up, which is great. It's taken forever, but they're finally coming up to speed and getting on their winter deal. Shallow cranking really going to start shining here over the next few weeks. I mean, any kind of natural rock in these creeks is going to be a really big player.
You're looking at creek channels and some of those kinds of things. Any cover in particular inside of those creeks that are making a difference?
Yeah, man, rock's gonna be huge. You kind of, when you start getting on these winter moons, crawfish start you get that more traditional brown, orange, red. They start going into those winter colors, but that rock, as we get these, we've still got warmer days, but we're getting these really cool nights. That rock actually holds that heat a lot better through the night, and it just it pulls a lot of that crayfish and holds those.
Well, I know you're getting ready to fish that Bassmaster Open down there the first week of December, and so we probably don't know too much yet because you haven't started completely practicing, but kind of give us the basics of what you think might be going on down there at Lay Lake.
Dude, it's just junk fishing. I mean, you could catch a bass on a crankbait in 15 feet of water right now, or you could catch one on a swim jig in 6 inches of water right now. And there's not really a rhyme or reason to it. I haven't figured out yet. I hope to. If not, I'm going to look kind of stupid. But like I said, I got 5 days, so hopefully at the end of it, I should be able to give you a better idea of what's going on.
Well, what kind of weights do you expect might play there?
Man, I'm thinking 13 to 15 pounds a day is going to be really strong. I think to win it, it'll take 2 15-pound days and probably a 17-pound day.
Sounds like it might be a decent tournament for bigger weights, but I know it's going to be crowded down there, and I know you're going to do your work to try to figure out what's going on. But anyway, Josh, thanks for spending that time with us here on our Mercury Bucks Island Fishing Report, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks. Take care.
From all of us here at Bucks Island, we all wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We are closed this week, but we're always open at bucksisland.com for any of your fishing needs. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, November the 21st, presented by Mercury. Hey, let's spend a little time up on the big lake up there in Guntersville with our good friend Tom Ott. Tom, I know you've been burning some fuel through that Pro XS of yours. Tell me what's happening at the lake.
Well, lately been burning a lot of fuel through that Pro XS of mine, but I mean, we are catching some fish, Dano. It's we're still waiting on that real cold weather, but we're getting that cold weather now. So we're getting the cool nights. So we're losing a lot of lake temperature, at least over the evenings. I mean, we're still seeing those temperatures mid 60s to low 60s out there, but the fish are starting to make a push. They're starting to maybe come out of those shallows a little bit more and getting that intermediate depth in the 12 to 8 foot range is where I've been seeing most of them, or maybe even 6 to 10, 12. A medium crankbait right now seems to be a good deal. Been running across a few with a DT6, still throwing a shad pattern, but was able to get out and catch quite a few on that, and even put Jen on a few crankbait fish. So we were happy about that. So.
Well, you got to love it when mama's happy, because when mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. So what kind of areas of the lake are we looking? Last time we talked, it was kind of mid-lake area. Is that what we're still seeing?
Yeah, I'm still in the mid-lake, and even going upriver a little bit, but it's still on the back sides of these river channels, on the backside, looking at points, cuts, those kind of things, and still targeting grass. I mean, I'm looking at grass. The bait fish seems to be the most important thing right now. If there's no bait fish, you're not seeing any activity, it's probably best that you move on through. Still catching a few on a swim bait. I think that bite's just going to get a little bit stronger. But again, if you're not seeing the bait getting chased, you're probably wasting time.
So let's turn around to the crappie a little bit again. Are we starting to see the anglers congregating around the bridges? Are we still seeing some kind of offshore and around docks?
Man, you know, some of the good guys are finding them offshore, I guess. But I think the majority of us fishermen, you know, us crappie fishermen, we're out there on those docks in that 10 to 12 foot range. Even laydowns right now, we're starting to see some along the river channels. So, but at the, you know, they're going to be on the causeways and the bridges, and especially as these temperatures as they start to drop, we're going to see those fish get a lot thicker in those areas. But you're going to have to get there early because those guys are going to get there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and pick a good spot.
Yeah, well, that's the way it works. Well, Tom, as always, thanks for spending some time with us on our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report. We'll talk to you next week.
Always a great time, Dano. Have a great one.
You too. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, November the 21st, presented by Mercury. Hey, we're going to spend some time with our friend and pro staffer, Justin Elliot. Justin, let's talk about Weiss Lake. What do you know what's going on up there above Neely Henry?
Up in the flats. What I know is the fish are kind of transitioning out of their fall pattern. You know, those fish are kind of moving back in the creeks, chasing bait. They're relating to the creek channels. You know, rock, any kind of good channel swings you can find in the creek. I've been finding fish on those. It's still kind of a junk fishing thing. You know, I found those fish kind of starting to stage up, but they're not necessarily ready to eat yet. Catching fish from, you know, off deep to 6 inches of water where the fish are laying on their side. There's not really any rhyme or reason to it. I think here in the next week and a half, I think it's going to get really good. Those fish are going to lock into their winter patterns, and you're going to be able to really catch them a lot better than you are right now. It's on the verge of greatness. It just hasn't got there yet.
Sounds a lot like me. When you're talking about Neely Henry, let's turn our attention down there. Okay. What kind of fight are you seeing at Neely Henry?
So it's still kind of the same thing as Weiss. You know, it's still a kind of a junk fishing thing. I've caught fish in the past week in close to 20 feet of water and 6 inches of water. Caught a fish on a swim jig and a fish on an Alabama rig last Saturday. Alabama rig was 20 feet, swim jig was 6 inches. So you got the whole deck covered in rods, and you throw them all at one time, and if you catch something, you catch something.
We don't call that junk fishing anymore. We call that being versatile.
Well, I'm very versatile.
So let's talk about crappie fishing a little bit right now. I know that's one of your passions. What's going on in that world?
So the fish are starting to pull back up under the docks. I have caught some fish under docks recently, deeper docks. Very, very slow presentation, very small jig, very small bait, moving it very little. The guys that are having a whole lot of success right now are the guys who troll. I do not troll. So those guys are having a lot of success. One of my good friends, he caught 192 crappie yesterday, trolling. And I may have to get into it because that sounds like a whole lot of fun that I'm missing out on.
Well, I know you like yourself a good fish fry, and 192 of them will fill a few sandwiches.
You might get a ticket or two if you keep 192.
Yeah, well, we don't want to do that.
No.
Anyway, Justin, thanks for spending some time with us here on our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report, and
anytime.
We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thanks. Well, that'll do it for our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, November the 21st, presented by Mercury. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at Bucks Island. We really appreciate your friendship, your partnership, and your trust in what we do here. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channels. That way you get notified when anything new goes live. We will talk to you soon, and thanks for spending some time with us.